What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute. Not really. I think the last time I did a video was around last week, Thursday or Friday. I was going to do a video the following Saturday because I ordered 10 Amazon swords. Those did not come on Saturday. It's now Monday. And in the time that happened, I actually bought some new plants because on Saturday I was expecting 10 Amazon swords. So it's like, let me go to a local fish store and get maybe a couple as well. I got this huge Amazon sword over there. That was like $25. I got this, I forgot what this is called, Springnata or something. It's basically, it's kind of like dwarf hair grass. It shoots runners and it keeps going. So hopefully that purchase will pay off later. I got an Amazon sword over there that I bought. I think I bought 3 Amazon swords. I bought that big one for 25 and 2 for 13. And I got this one right here, which looks super good. I know I don't have the best viewing of it right now, but later it's gonna look good, I promise. Right now I got you guys on tripod because I'm actually going to get in the water and do some things. The water is low, you're not seeing things. It's almost water change day, and by water change I mean top off because usually my water's good. So I bought 10 plants from Canton Aquatics right here. Thank you for taking my money. You know, but Canton Aquatics. So we got 10 Amazon swords assorted. They're not all the same. I'm pretty much gonna do this line straight with Amazon swords that I want to do. So for like about 50, everything together with shipping was about $50. I got that Amazon sword for 20. I got 2 Amazons here from the same store. These are just bigger and grown out. Actually, these 2 actually grew from a mother plant, and I just snapped them off and put them down, and then grew those out. But I'm gonna unpackage these guys. I'm gonna show you guys the packaging. That's how these guys came. It's supposed to be 10 in here. Let's see. Oh, they're not individually wrapped. I've seen a couple do that, but they look pretty good, to be honest. I see a little yellowing, nothing crazy. I'm kind of looking for snails or something, and we got some hitchhikers. I don't mind tree snails, to be honest. Let's see. Actually, I think I saw one. I'm gonna open this up. I see a little yellowing, but obviously, I mean, the plants are gonna bounce back in a couple of days anyway. The roots look really nice on these, I ain't gonna lie. And they look clean, they really cleaned these off, the roots. So this is one Amazon sword. A really straight plant species. I'll put this straight in the middle. So that's one planted. The substrate, it might get a little cloudy in the water just because my substrate is technically brand new. I added agronite just to really help out my tank's GH, which we are going to test today. This is a real bigger one. This will be like a medium size. We got 2 dead leaves in the middle. They're almost red in a way, to be honest. They don't look like yellowish. I'm gonna put these on the far right as well. Actually, I kind of want to put this one right here because it's a nice little spot. Basically, every time I touch the water, it's going to get a little cloudier and cloudier. Alright, let's check the new ones out. So there's no names for these Amazon swords, even though they're called different species. This one's a little bunchier. This one's the most yellow one that I've seen. I'm gonna put this one in the middle as well. This one's been on the small side, very straight. They seem to put a lot of these straighter ones. I'm used to the big bunchy ones, but that's fine. And I'm also gonna put this one in the middle. I think I'm gonna have to do it from here though. Sorry, I'm gonna block most of the screen. Oh God. Now fish wise, I have been doing good. The roe fish are getting huge. They're not getting huge, but they're growing in size. It's noticeable. The mollies, they're dying off one by one, to be honest. There's nothing I could do about it. They're just, it's a little bit too much ancestral line going, and they're greedy. You know, it's hard to feed these guys without killing them, to be honest, because I'm trying to feed the other fish in the tank, but these guys are just destroying, you know. It's crazy. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't even feed a lot. I could put 1 cube of budworms, defrost it, put it in, and these guys will I'm talking about just one. He will eat at least 10 or 12 of those budworms, and non-stop, probably more. It's just kind of crazy. Oh, I just saw my fire eel. I don't really get to see him that much. Oh, that was really hard there. What the fuck was that? I'm gonna put this guy here. He's not gonna get that much sunlight right here, but that's alright. These guys are pretty nice. Nice length. I like how long these are, especially for my tank. I could put some of these in my 30-gallon, but the 30-gallon it doesn't do that good with plants, to be honest. I don't know why, but I am gonna replant that soon. Alright, I think we're on the last 2. Actually, no, we're on the last 3. So we got this one. This is probably the worst one, but it has some potential. It's gonna grow out. I'm not really worried about it. This one's pretty small. Seems like a different species. And then the last 3 are the smallest ones. This one is very small. Oh, fragile leaf. This one seems broken. We'll put these 3 over there, see how they grow. There we go. I'm gonna give you guys a closer look, see what we actually added. Oh, I gotta figure out the. So every time I use a tripod, I forget how to fucking use it. There we go. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Actually, no, bad. What am I doing? Oh, there we go. Very weird. So these were our old ones. This is new. These are 2 old ones that I had. Everything in the middle is brand new, basically. I really want to show you guys what I bought on Saturday versus today. The whole reason I did this is because I had too much pothos just covering the whole thing. It kind of just took away from the aesthetic of the tank. So I really trimmed down the pothos, and I really wanted. Nothing is better than an aquatic plant. You could do hydroponics, but it doesn't eat nitrates as much as you would think. So I got these guys going here. These are all the brand new ones I put. I kind of did a trail going over here. This is the one I bought at my local fish store. That was $25. It looks, honestly, it's huge. It's actually ready to start sprouting babies soon enough. So that's going to be really exciting because I could get some new plants for free. Amazon stores are expensive. So if you could, like, you know, when I was having them in here, only Amazon swords, it was huge. I have this huge thing in the middle. You know, part of me wants to get rid of the castle, but it's just that it's so essential to the roe fish. They just love this freaking castle. You can actually see one right here. I can't actually show you it because you can see that little appendage she got sticking out. They love the castle. There's so many nooks and crannies to crevice it. I got these ceramic cubes that are about this big and they could go through it. Eventually they're going to outgrow that and they're going to move around the tank more. Oh, there's the fire eel. And the camera won't focus in on him, but he's there. It's kind of hard to do this right now because I got a tripod, so it's not. But there's fire eel. If you guys never seen them, there's 2 of them in here. I think they're both doing fine. I never seen both of them at the same time, but I'm hoping every time I see one, I'm seeing a different one, you know. But as of right now, we still have the 4 roe fish in here. I have no casualties on them. These guys are doing fine. The only fish that are really failing me are these mollies, to be honest. I mean, I'm not gonna put the full blame on them. I haven't introduced new ones, but I just don't want to buy newer ones. I'm actually thinking about just letting them die out and then taking out the last few and then At the end of the day, maybe just separating the males and females, and then let them live out their lifespan, and then just call it a day on the mollies. See, the water's a little cloudy because I was moving the substrate. The fire was very active today. I don't really see him out like this, especially after me shifting everything around. And then you can't see it, but like the roefish tail is literally just out it's coming out. So let me just zoom in. I know it's hard to see, but you can see right there. Like his whole butt is stinking. That's the roefish, but his whole butt stinking inside the cube. He's not stuck or anything, they like stuff like that. And they like tight fit holes. If you give them more space, they won't go in it as possible. Because I used these cubes to make a fortress around this castle, and I made it so that like this little waterways. I made many ways out. I even cracked a hole in the back of it with a hammer, so there's a way out from the back as well. So they have a lot of entrances and stuff, but they just like these nooks and crannies. That's just how they like it. Alright. So basically, I just want to make a healthier ecosystem. I want the guys to be more comfortable swimming around, and the plants do that. The Pothos doesn't really do that because it's not really adding coverage, because the roots doesn't give them a lot of coverage. And the roefish are called reed fish, so when the Amazons grow pretty big, it'll be a nice natural setting for them. Because I'm really setting up for the roefish now. If all these tiny fish die, I won't be heartbroken. I'm setting this up for the roefish now. It's pretty much the ecosystem I'm building around. These guys are just enjoying it. But honestly, if I had to get rid of all the mollies, I'd probably just put small tetras in here. Even though the roefish could eat them, you know, they wanted to eat the babies, they could. They're just very lazy. You know, a lot of people call these guys predators, but they have personalities, and I got 5 of the laziest bums you ever seen in your life. I seen some of them like be predatory, as in like they'll just hang out the cubics and just have their face hanging, and they wait for a fish to come by and snatch them up. But usually they don't even do that. They just wait for me to drop the food in. So yeah. So last but not least, we're gonna do a tank update. The main reason I put this new substrate was to get our GH up. The last time we tested our GH, we were at, where's GH? Total hardness, we were at 0. Accurately, we're at 0. KH at 0, and pH was around 6.4, very low. So adding this substrate should fix all of these. All of these should be good. All of these should be amazing. But it's only been, I think, it's almost been a week. So about a week with the substrate. And let's see how much. It was about 30 pounds. With a calculator online, I should have put 50 pounds for 150 gallons of water. But at any given time, this is not 150 gallons, because I think it's 150 gallons raised to the top. I never have this directly to the top. So realistically, I have maybe 120, 130, even maybe 110. For one way, I haven't filled up. So I'm going to just dip this in. These are not accurate, but I just want the ballpark. I don't want the accurate. I don't need it to be too accurate. I'm not testing for nitrite or nothing. So there we go. So we're going to wait 15 seconds to test the hardness. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, let's test that hardness out, baby. Ooh, I love these numbers. I love these numbers. So, our pH is looking pretty fucking high. That's around an 8.4, but that's a ballpark, so I'm gonna say 8.0. Because the substrate itself is supposed to naturally balance out. We're at about 120 on the KH. Very nice. that's natural KH. I don't have to supplement. That means I'm saving myself maybe $30 a month. Alkalinity, we're actually at, it looks around 80. I'll say 80-ish, maybe between 40. Very nice. We're at 0. So everything's above. Purple, we're all the way at general. To general hardness is around the 150 mark, damn near almost 300. If we're at 300, it's not the end of the world, because it will slowly go down. So I'll probably stay at 150 for a couple of months and then end up at 75. But it's just amazing right now. Our nitrates are, actually I didn't read the nitrates immediately. Yeah, nitrates and nitrates. So this is water change day, so it's pretty fine. And like I said, I had a couple of these mollies keep dying randomly in these random crevices. It's so annoying. But it's about water change for me, and pretty much the only thing that dies in here is a molly. If you've been following, if you go any video past maybe a month or like even go past 2 months, it's always the mollies, bro. And it's not like anything crazy, it's just dumb. They don't want to stop. And I just don't understand. There was even a week where I was just feeding flakes, and then this one molly was just bloated to hell because she ate every flake possible, and then she just passed because she got bloat and she got dropsy and she just passed away. And it's just like, it's like, why? But that's just fish. Fish eat like that. But I don't understand why they're very bad with bloodworms. I can't feed this. I have to feed bloodworms because of the roefish and stuff. If I put plankton or anything else, they're just gonna eat it too, so it doesn't matter. I'll put beef heart. These guys will destroy that before even these guys touch it. So it's very difficult. So that's why I'm so set on just letting these guys pass. I'm not worried about them. I still gotta do my water change. I gotta do that today. I'll probably do it today, to be honest. I'm not gonna do it on camera because it's a lot of work, and I've been putting it off because I wanted to do this all like in one day. But whatever. I'll do the water change today, real quick. I'll probably drop this water down to like maybe 10% of what it is now, and then fill it back up, which is pretty fast, to be honest. The pump I have is pretty strong. And then right now we're set. You know, I have all the parameters I want. Nitrate's a little high, but like I said, there's a couple of dead fish. Whatever. They'll be alright. Actually, I didn't read that. I'll do a second test just so, cause like I said, these are like not like super in the ballpark. And then I forgot when I should read nitrates. 15 seconds. Oh, I gotta wait 60 seconds, so we gotta read nitrate pretty quick. Well, not really. Just a minute. But it is pretty consistent. But these bottom four, amazing. These top ones, I could fix that in a second. Ain't nothing but a water treatment song. It's about a minute, I guess. It's leaning towards the 50-ish mark, but like I said, even back then, in my 30-gallon, if I have a fish die, you know, those nitrates will get demolished by the amount of plants I used to have in it. But these bigger plants that I have, they don't, the hydroponic ones, they don't absorb nitrates as much as the aquatic plants do. They do eat them, but it's not like a crazy amount, because these guys, when they first start, they grow extremely fast, but once they get size, they really slow down, especially Paftos. My peace lily is huge. It's growing new shoots every day. It's growing bigger and bigger. I'm gonna have to figure some way to make it climb the wall, but I'm fine with that. Cause basically all it takes is one fish to be dead in your tank, and then if it's there for like 8 or 9 hours, it releases a decent amount of nitrates. So I'm gonna have to water change. There was only, I think, 2. I fed bloodworms last night, so I was already expecting someone to be dead, so I was already prepared for it. It's like I don't know what to do. I even try hiding it from them, but they're just savages, bro. They're just savages. But I'm over them, honestly. You know, I like the guppies more. They're not like as feral, you know, or like I'll switch these guys. I'm growing guppies out in my 30-gallon. Once I grow those to decent size, I'ma just move those guys over. I'm gonna move those guys over and put them in here, and just keep breeding inside the 30-gallon and then just keeping it going and putting the babies here. I also put the snails in here. I've been putting snails in here pretty frequently because I need people to eat algae in here. I don't have algae. I never had an algae spike in here, but I have like these little. I have already like clumpy algae in this pond. I don't know why I hate it, but the snails do destroy it. And now that I have general hardness in the tank, I can have snails again. And then once I raise the water, do the water change, it's gonna dilute my water hardness a little bit because my water is extremely soft. So it might drop down to 75, but it should always be consistently around 150 and 75, which is amazing. Which means I could go buy some ram's horn snails and breed them out in my pond again. I used to have like 150, maybe even more rams in here. Now I have 0 because they couldn't grow their shells. They couldn't absorb nutrients from the water. The water was too soft. My tap water is as soft as possible. So I'm very happy with these results. Let me know what you guys think of the pond. I'm gonna get out of here, do this water change real quick, and to call it a day. I'm tired. I just did it 8 to 8. I didn't want to record this, to be honest. I just wanted to just put everything in and not record. But I was like, fuck it, bro. Let me just record it. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.